Welcome everyone to another Spectre build. This is build 47, and this one is actually a rebuild and upgrade, although more upgrade. The components coming from the previous build are the motherboard, PSU, one of the GPUs, and half of the memory. And the previous system was actually built into the Cooler Master Cosmos 2, but it was just air-cooled, so now we're obviously going full high-end liquid cooling. And this is a very high-end build. We have the Intel Core i9 9980XE, the Asus Rampage 6 Extreme, two 2080 Ti's, 64 gigabytes of G.Skill memory, the Asus ROG Thor 1200 watt, and a lot of storage here. We have two 2 terabyte Samsung 970 EVO Plus and two 4 terabyte Samsung 860 EVOs. The other storage that you can see here, the hard drives and the old SSDs, won't be going into this build. I just have them here because I only just finished stripping down the old build. Spectre actually will fit one 3.5-inch drive starting soon. It's a feature that we added just recently. And the only reason we were able to is because when we added the vertical GPU compatibility, we found there was a perfect spot to hide a hard drive sitting on its side between the GPUs without destroying the aesthetics, because it's hidden in between the GPUs. You can't see it from pretty much any angle. And the cable routing works out really nicely, and it doesn't block any of the 2.5-inch positions either. So we like to add features as we can, and we hardly even give them a mention. We've done a lot of this over time with Spectre. Fittings are always a question that has come up a lot. It's something that I'm helping people with very often when I'm doing support. And it's something that you can never really give a straight answer for because there are far too many variables. They're a very expensive part of your loop, so it makes the decisions really difficult for people. And there are just hundreds to choose from, like even per brand and per type. It depends on the case, the components, your loop route, the way you want your loop to look, and so many other things. So you certainly can't give people an exact list of fittings ever. Like on the Spectre and Wraith product pages, we have a list of bits power fittings, but it is still just a guideline. The only reason that we're able to do this is because with the integration of these cases, there is a certain amount of standardization that can start to happen with the loop, with fittings, even with the tube runs and bends, as you can see. For example, when connecting to Spectre's manifold, you only need hardline compression fittings, including in that top left-hand corner. You actually can do a bend there. So just to give some rough guidelines for the general single loop mid-tower, of course it completely varies depending on the size, dual loops, and all of that. But obviously you're going to need one hardline compression fitting per connection. In some cases, if you're doing hard runs with fittings, you don't, but that's certainly a general rule. So count those out, and then about a quarter of those need to be 90-degree single rotaries. Add 2 or 3 90-degree dual rotaries just in case of those real annoying tight spots. And then for extensions, just grab through from 10 millimeters to 30 millimeters in 5 millimeter increments, about one of each. If you're not too confident, then just go 2 of each. You are going to have a few extra, but that allows you to combine them, play around, get some different sizes. Where you know that you're going to have problems is when you have connections that are very close together. And you're just going to have to come up against those problems and probably make another order, because that's where you're going to need something specific. And there's plenty of choices with fittings for specific. And you just have to wait and see with those situations when you come up against them. We're doing another giveaway. This time it is for an Ethereal Single 2.0 special edition. It's nickel plated. This is one of two. There are only two in the world currently, although it may be an item that we make in the future. So it's an international giveaway, and all you have to do to enter is comment on the topic of computers and liquid cooling.